Hello, and welcome to the second lesson in this course. This lesson is about variables, but before that, we need to focus on data types. Okay, so the first data type is a string. So let's give the string a value of Europe, but we need to add quotation marks for it to be a string. An integer stores a number. Let's give it the value of 8. So since it's a number, we don't need to put any quotation marks. Now, the third data type is a boolean, which stores a true value or a false value. That was it for data types. Now let's move on to variables. So what are variables? So variables are basically where we store the data types that we just learned about. Let's take this box for an example. And let's give it the name of first name. Now let's take this string, John, and store it inside the box. Now we can use this variable later. Now let's try to output the variable that we just created to the console. So what do you think would be the output of this line? So if we look at the console, we'll see that it outputted the string John, which is the same string we assigned to the variable. Okay, now let's see how to assign a variable in Python. So first we need to create a variable name or the reference and store our value, which is in this case the string John, in it. So reference equals value. Now something to remember is that the reference is not a string value. So if you want to output it, we just write the reference name, no quotes. To create a new Python file, and let's name it 02-variables. Okay, let's minimize this, and let's write our first line of code. So I want you to create a variable that contains your first name as a string. Okay, so let me demonstrate. First, underscore name equals Hussein, my name. Okay, now let's print it. Print open brackets and close brackets, and inside those brackets, write your variable name. Now let's click run. It outputted my name to the console. Even though I did not write print Hussein, I wrote print first name. Now let's see what happens if we add quotation marks around this. Now let's click print. It outputted first name, not my name. Now I want you to create two variables and print them out. First variable is last name, and the third variable is your age. Okay, let me demonstrate that. Last underscore name equals, and let me print that. Let's click run. And for the age equals 14. Now let's print age. Now that we learned the fundamentals of variables, let's make a sentence using the print function and using concatenation. So I want your sentence to look like this. Hello, my name is, and I am years old. So don't run your code yet because when you run it, you'll find an error. Okay, so your code should look something like this. And let's run it to see what the error is. So it says you can only concatenate strings. And this age is an integer, not a string. So let's convert it. So let's say str, open brackets, age, close brackets. Now let's run the code, and it works perfectly. Now I'll teach you a faster way to concatenate using format. So print, open brackets, F, and quotation marks. So this is how you write formatted quotations. So now let's write the same sentence. Hello, my name is. Now let's use curly brackets to input the variable. First name, and let's input our last name, and I am 8 years old. Now let's run, and it works perfectly. Let's delete this old code. So this is how you include your variables in your sentences. So that was it for variables, but I still want to teach you some naming conventions in order to keep your code understandable and up to date. Okay, so first is to be descriptive. So if you want to make a variable about age, don't make a variable called a. Instead, make a variable called age to be more descriptive and let people know what the variable is about. Next, always start with letters. Don't start with a number. So instead of one score, write score one. And third is no spaces because it will result in an error. So first name is wrong. It should be first underscore name. And always remember that Python is case sensitive. So if you write a variable with a capital letter in it, you're going to have to call it using the capital letter that you wrote. question one of the easy level questions. So, create a variable that's your favorite color, and let's use a descriptive variable name like fave underscore color, and let's make it equal to a string, and my favorite color is green. And for the user score, if we run it, there's an error and it's not good. So let's solve it by adding an underscore. And it outputs 250 correctly, no problem. Now for the hard level question, leave your answer down below in the comments and I'll give you feedback. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video and stay tuned for the next episode. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.